Is this thing live? We on? And cut. No, wait. What do you say when you and action? Hey, everybody. William Robert Booker here. Glad to see you. Happy Friday. Super excited about just a whole bunch of stuff. But in particular, I have been thinking a lot about the framework through which people are successful. In particular, of course, about with trading, but also regular other stuff in life, relationships, business, online business, offline business, brick and mortar businesses, trading, relationships, jobs, all kinds of stuff. It occurs to me that when you are successful at something, you know how to do it, you know how to manage the difficult circumstances, and then there's some element of personal development, or there's some element of becoming a better person that is included. And when I think about this, I've been making some notes about the framework, especially, of course, through which, by which, under which. That would be like a great name of a sandwich shop. Not under which, but through which someone is successful at running robots or doing the kinds of things that I do. And let me just share with you a couple of experiences. In 2010, I was down $50,000 on a Swiss franc trade. In 2007, I sat across in my office from my friend Greg, and I was losing $30,000 on a Swiss franc trade. In 2004, I lost in 3 seconds $50,000 on the US dollar Japanese yen. And in each one of those experiences, regardless of the size of the loss, the fact that it was a loss and I was unprepared for it, and it was difficult, and it hurt, it punched me in the gut, it knocked the wind out of my lungs. You ever had the wind knocked out of you? It's a boom, it's like a gut punch. And in each of those experiences, anybody that goes through something like that has a choice. They have a choice. I'm going to give up. I'm going to change tactics. I'm going to change my strategy. I'm going to freak out. I'm going to go home and lie to my family about what happened or not tell them what really occurred. In each of those situations, we have a choice. And when your back is against the wall and something difficult has happened, it's easy to think that those are experiences that, well, it's not uncommon for someone to give up at those times. And when one's back is against the wall, the emotion can be so overwhelming that in most cases, someone will simply just give up. The question is, when this happens to you, and it will happen to you, how do you respond? What is it that you do when your back is against the wall? Are you Michael Jordan in Game 7 against the Utah Jazz, and you have the flu, or somebody ordered tainted pizza to you at your hotel room the night before? What is he doing eating pizza the night before an NBA Finals game? And then he plays at his best, got a towel over his head, and he's just totally sick. And then he plays at his best. What is it? What is that? And I think that before you stand at the free throw line when you're 16 and take 1,000 free throw shots to get better at it, before you are running the robot for 12 months on a demo account to get really great at it, before any of those things ever happen, you either are or you are not developing yourself as the kind of person who, when your back is against the wall, you rise to the occasion and you do your best. Are you that person? And if you're not that person, what are you doing about it? My friend Kyle is the developer of a framework and a program called Mental Health Champion. And it's a program about growing your mind to be strong. And the mind rules the body, right? When you are committed to something, you can do things that you've never thought you could do. David Goggins, the ex-Navy SEAL, ran 100 miles by himself in an ultra marathon, never having run a marathon by himself, broke the bones in his foot, and just basically just torched his body. But he did it. His body did something that his mind was committed to. And you don't think, oh, well, that doesn't have a lot to do with trading. Every single one of those stories has everything to do with trading and success. And it's more important than whether you know how to interpret the Wisconsin cheese index or the Chinese failed bank report or the whatever. And you can get on Twitter all day long and you can look at charts and you can look at price action and you can learn all the funky candlestick patterns and you can learn how all the moving averages line up together. You can do all of those things and you can do them until the day you die. You can become an expert in economics. You could become an expert in order flow. You can learn how to read the COT report. Who cares about it? But you can learn how to read it. You can do all of those things and you can obsess about the details and you can obsess about getting the education. And then at the end of the day, you have a PhD. And congratulations, you're smart. Being smart is irrelevant. Most of the successful people I know, the people making $10 million a year or more in their lives, they're not smart people. They're street smart, but they don't know how to spell. They don't know the difference between your with an apostrophe and your without an apostrophe, or there with an IR and there with an RE. And they make that mistake all the time and they don't care and they don't correct themselves and they just move on. A lot of the people are firmly rooted in the idea that what you do and how you do it is more important than how smart you are, or what you can prove to someone else about your grit is more important than what you can prove to someone else about what you know. Nobody really cares that I know more about robotic trading than anyone else in the world. They care about whether I can teach you to do robotic trading. Can I teach someone to make $100 a day? Yes, I'm 100% sure of it. I'm the most confident person in the world when it comes to that. I'm the world's leading expert in helping people reach $100 a day trading with automatic systems. There's nobody else that does it better than me. 100%. No one ever going to be better at that than me. Am I the smartest person about robots? No. Am I the smartest person about coding? No. Do I know how to write in C++? No. I don't care about any of that stuff. That's irrelevant garbage. Don't try to become an expert in something that doesn't matter. Become an expert in ruling your mind, having the front, your precortex, your neocortex, have the front layer, that top layer, that little thin layer of film on top of your brain, that outer layer that helps you with reasoning and logic, choice and consequence. Have that rule the rest of your brain, the amygdala or whatever it's called, the lizard brain. Have the front part of your brain that have that rule the rest of your brain. Like think one step ahead of what you usually do. Stop before you do something and think ahead, and think about how it. Think of the consequences of what you do, and then think of when your back is against the wall, how you can rise above the anxiety and frustration, confusion and difficulty. Everybody's going to have it. You can't avoid that. You can't avoid having difficulty and frustration and consequence and challenges and unexpected things that pop up. But you can decide how you're going to deal with it. You can take control of the situation and live your life with the top part of your brain, not the bottom part of your brain. The bottom part of your brain is the one that fights or flees. The bottom part of your brain is the one that acts at a moment's notice and flies off the handle when someone in your house didn't take out the garbage last night. The bottom part of your brain is the one that reacts instinctually, and then the front part of your brain is the one that can interpret it and change the response despite your instinct. And the people who are successful are the ones who train themselves to think with that part of their brain, especially most importantly, traders and people who are going through difficulty. This morning, I woke up to an $800 loss in my $60,000 robotic account. I don't like to have that. I don't like to show it. I don't like to have that happen to me. I don't like to be in a situation where, oh my gosh, just yesterday I said, I haven't even had a really big drawdown in 6 months. And it's like, you can just the universe is like spinning and it's like, oh, who's overconfident today? And then they shoot a missile at you. And so I got what was coming to me. I got arrogant, I got overconfident, and I got an $800 loss. And so now what's my job? My job is to be a mental health champion, as my friend Kyle Summers would say. That's my job, is to rise to that occasion and to flex those muscles and to work those muscles and to deal with that difficulty and deal with it head on. And then I'm going to grow those muscles, like by doing some reps with that heavy weight emotionally and mentally. I'm going to be stronger the next time. Augustine says, it doesn't matter what happens, but it does matter what you do and how you do it, because the only thing that's going to take you out of that situation is yourself. Brilliant. Gerald Capwell says, ignorance is bliss in this industry. So true. In the world of trading, it's almost like you don't want to know a lot of things. Never give up and never surrender. Right on. Failure is just one step toward becoming successful. Fluky says, hi, Rob, from 30,000 feet on an Emirates flight with Wi-Fi. Oh, wow. Those Emirates flights are nice. Brilliant. Nice to see you all here. Got to work your clutch muscles in these situations. Nice to see you all. Have the greatest day ever. Happy Friday, everybody. I'm back. I took some time off of YouTube for a little while. I took some time off because I don't want to just flood you with information about how to do stuff. I want to spend more time on some of this personal development stuff too. I want to talk to you about the way your brain is wired and the way you've wired it and the excuses that you've made and the problems that you have in your trading because of the way that we think and how to overcome those things too. Rocking the silver hair. That's right. I want to get a little Thor action going on one side, you know? Little Thor Ragnarok action on one side. See you later, everybody. Bye for now. Have the best day ever.